Afternoon, everyone. Apologies for the late fundamental 26 here behind me. For our last week of the fundamentals of our 26 weeks that we've done these, we are on to keep perspective, which is the last one for a reason. The main reason it's there, and I don't know how many of you have watched all of these. Not sure. I don't think I've watched them all, to be honest with you. So there's no worries there, but all the way through all of these, right, it can be serious in some respects as regards what we're trying to do here and what these fundamentals mean. But through it all, we have to keep perspective. I think we've had some, and we've all had things in our lives that when it comes to work, we realize that what's important and what's not important. And we obviously all need mouths to be fed and roofs over our heads. So we got to go do a job. And if it's a skilled trade like the electrical construction, you're very lucky to be in that industry right now. And I would say you're very lucky to be at a company like Energy Electric and where we're at and where we're going. But you've got to keep perspective. And that could be a bit of humor in your day, right? I've missed job sites myself. I think I sat down at the Foreman Smokeout Day, which is one of my favorite events. And Jeff Kirby was going around cracking jokes, and I was listening to stories with Scott Bowden and Chris Kopecky and a few more, Dan Schroyer. There was a few of us sitting around and just hearing the stories from the job sites and the fun that sometimes happens out there and all the different characters that we have. In what I always say, the electrical industry is very interesting when you have 17, 18-year-olds and 60-year-olds sometimes on the same job site. So it can be a very interesting time, but keeping perspective on our job sites and in what we do is very important. It's a very serious game. You know, the next fundamental that'll come back around is safety first and safety always. And that's a reason why that's the first one there too. So keeping perspective is never to negate or to not concentrate on the thing that we're doing to make sure we get home safe. And making money and all that's always going to be important. Without that, it's very hard to have any of these fundamentals. We need to be able to have a scoreboard that says we're winning. But we do, and I think in our lives, every once in a while, take stock, whether it's driving home in the van, the truck, the car after a hard day. It is electrical construction. As long as our families are safe and well and healthy and all the rest of it, I think that's the most important thing and always will be. So we're always here for you, no matter what's happening at Energy Electric. Thank you for sticking with me on these 26 fundamentals. We will start to put out the fundamentals next week as the second half of the year, because that's what it is. The end of June is the first half of the year done, and the second half of the year will be a mixture of all the different fundamentals filmed over the last 3 times we've done them. So you'll see a blast of those going in there, and thanks again for sticking with me. Everyone have a phenomenal 4th of July weekend. I have some family in town, looking forward to hanging out with them, and we'll all see you on Monday next week. All the best.